Hey guys, I'm Justin Speer, and in this video I'm going to show you what I typically carry for a day hike in 2020. I'll first start off by telling you what I wear. I usually put on this GoPro Hero 7 action camera on a chest harness, and that's just in case I come across any wildlife. Love to get it on film. And on the GoPro chest harness, I usually wear this Garmin InReach satellite communicator. And most of the places I hike in are out of cell phone range, so this is kind of like having an insurance policy on myself. I can either text or email people from my contact list if I get into any trouble or have an injury or something. So that's really nice to have. And then right next to the Garmin InReach satellite communicator, I have this Gerber pocket knife that I wear on my belt. It's nothing special, it's just the one I carry when I go hiking. And then in my pockets, I carry these Mindshift memory card holders and battery holders for the GoPro Hero 7. So I've got two of them, and I go through a lot of memory cards. And then in my hand, I carry the dog leash. This is my dog's cool ultimate dog leash. So I always have that handy in case there's other hikers. I can put my dog back on leash. Also, I carry this REI brand Nalgene water bottle, and I've just gotten used to carrying it. I know I can just stick it easily in one of the water bottle pouches in my backpack, but I like keeping it out and constantly staying hydrated. So while we're talking about water, so I have that in my hand. Then I always have an emergency bottle of water that I put at the bottom of my backpack, and I typically don't like to use this. It's just in case I really run out. But I also have this MSR Trail Shot. This is a water filtration system. And I love this one because it's so compact, it's easy to fit in any pocket. And you can just put this one end in the water source and you just squeeze it. And it pumps out a liter of water in a minute. So pretty easy to drink from and really easy to fill up a water container. So as long as you're hiking near a water source, this comes in handy. And then I like redundancy with everything in my backpack. So I also have this life straw, which still have in the package. I've never had to use this, but I always keep one in every backpack and every emergency kit in my car. It's just a straw that you can dip in a water source and it filters out all the bad stuff. So I have that as a backup water filtration system. And for the dog, I have this dog water bottle, which has a side here that he can drink out of. But my dog's a little crazy. He likes to spill all the water if he drinks from this. So that's why I have this collapsible water bowl for the dog. And it doesn't take much weight, so I like that. Just throw it in the backpack. So after taking care of water for everybody, I think the next most important item is this first aid kit. And this is one I put together myself. I have another YouTube video on it, on everything that's in this kit. But it's just a VanQuest Fat Pack first aid kit. And I've got my trauma shears there on the side. And this thing is just packed with everything I need for first aid on the trail. On the outside of the backpack, I carry two items. I carry this Thermarest Z seat, and this is just ultra light, just folds out to be a nice seat instead of sitting on rocks. So I always carry that, and then I have this Zip Shot tripod, and this thing folds out three times on these legs and gets pretty tall. So this is great for taking shots I love it. It's not very heavy and just goes on the outside of my backpack. Just going through the rest of the stuff here. I've got this bushcraft knife that I keep in the backpack. And you know, I talked a little bit about redundancy. I've got redundancy in my water filtration systems. And I always like to have a backup. So I have a knife on my belt, and then I have this one in the pack. And this one also has a fire starter, so that's cool. So it's multi-purpose. I keep that in there. And then I always have a headlamp. I really like these Black Diamond spot headlamps. And I like these because they have the red light. So you know, when you have that on, it saves the battery power and it doesn't blind your friends. So I typically just hike during the day, but it's always nice to have a light source just in case you get stuck out past dark. And over here, I always carry a map of wherever I'm hiking. This map's the Mount Hood Wilderness, but I love maps, and I love this little waterproof map carrier that's made by AquaQuest. So I always throw that in the pack. Then I also have a container of bug spray. Seems like everywhere I go hiking, there's always bugs, so I've got that handy. And then I always keep a warm hat in my backpack. And then a flashlight. And then I always have garden gloves as well. So whenever I go off trail or I'm handling wood, I always put these on just to keep my hands protected. Then I have some regular gloves just for warmth. And then this item here is made by Soul, which stands for Survive Outdoors Longer. But this is a 2-person bivvy. And I just keep this in case of emergency. If I ever had to spend the night outside, I'd have this bivvy bag to keep warm. So that's handy. And then the final item I put in my pack is this kit right here. It's another VanQuest bag, but in it I have all my little items here. So I'll open it up. So I've got another YouTube video that's just solely for what's in this bag. But just go over it real quick. I've got a fire starter, a ferro rod, another backup knife, some pens. And those come in handy for a lot of the trailheads. You have to fill out a card for a little permit. I've got some waterproof matches here, lighter, some Ballistics, and 2 different things of fire starter, one here and then one here. And then I've got some extra paracord back behind there, and some notebooks and a compass in there. And I also have some hand warmers and a little measuring tape. And that's about it for this little pack. I have these emergency blankets, and you know, when I use this combined with the extra paracord here, I can create my own little tent. So I have a tent and then this 2-person bivvy to use in case of emergency if I have to spend the night in the woods. So I like having all 3 of those items. And then getting to the backpack here, this one's a Deuter. It's an Act Trail 24. So it's pretty small, but it's perfect for day hikes. I've got some extra carabiners hooked onto the bottom here. Those always come in handy. But this fits everything I need. And I've got several packs that I use for day hikes, but this one's the most compact that I have. So that's everything that I take on a day hike in 2020. Let me know in the comments section what you think and if there's any items I missed. Thanks.